Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Breaking news. The Flash movie director just announced that Ben Affleck was coming back for the Flash movie, and he said how he's going to fit into the Justice League Flashpoint story of it all with Michael Keaton's Batman. So, of course, we'll break it down. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs, and there's going to be a bunch of movie trailers coming this weekend. The Batman movie, Wonder Woman 1984, the Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. So be sure to subscribe to get all those videos. Of course, I'll be covering all those things. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know what you think about Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. So we'll just start at the beginning here with the big stuff and number these as we go along. Andy Muschietti, the Flash movie director, released a statement when he announced Ben Affleck's Batman was returning for the movie, and he said he just recently sent Ben Affleck a copy of the Flash movie script, and pretty quickly after that he agreed to be in the movie after reading the scenes that they had written for him. So this is me reading the director's statement about Ben Affleck coming back. He says, his Batman is a dichotomy that is very strong, which is his masculinity because of the way he looks and the opposing figure that he has and his jawline, but he's also very vulnerable. He knows how to deliver from the inside out, that vulnerability. He just needs a story that will allow him to bring that contrast, that balance. He's referencing the news story that they wrote for him during the Flash movie. So then he goes on to say, he's a very substantial part of the emotional impact of the movie. For anyone that's watched the Justice League Flashpoint movie, you also understand this too. The interaction in the relationship between Barry Allen and Affleck's Wayne will bring an emotional level that we haven't seen before in the movies. It's Barry's story, but the characters are more related than we think, Batman and the Flash. They both lost their mothers, and that's one of the emotional vessels of the movie. That's where Affleck's Batman kicks in. So he's just hyping up the Flashpoint relationship of Bruce Wayne Batman and the Flash. Everyone remembers the Flashpoint ending scene where he gives Batman the letter from his father, Thomas Wayne Batman, and makes him cry. He made Batman cry. Batman does not cry, which is why the emotional payoff was so huge in that moment. It's all about learning to deal with the trauma of losing their parents. Batman deals with it in a very different way from the Flash. Like the Flash literally tries to go back in time to prevent his mother from dying. Batman tries to turn all that anger and grief into justice. I know there's a lot of questions about how they're going to adapt the original Justice League Flashpoint story for the movie, because they did say there would be a lot of changes from the original story, and they have all the new Michael Keaton Batman stuff going on from the Multiverse during the movie. So 4, they confirmed that they're not doing the big Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman, part of the original story. Before all the Michael Keaton Batman announcements, I had actually assumed that they'd bring back Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman because he played Thomas Wayne during Batman v Superman, and he said himself that he would love to play Flashpoint Batman in the DC movies. But that kind of went out the window with Keaton's Batman coming in, and even though I'm disappointed that they're not going to do Flashpoint Batman, bringing Michael Keaton's Batman back is still really, really cool.
2 words that I want you all to remember. They're very important, and if I leave you with anything, I'm going to leave you with these 2 words. And those 2 words are, I'm Batman.
The director did confirm they're doing the core elements of the Flashpoint story. Reverse Flash kills Barry's mother, Barry goes back in time to try and save her. But they're adding in all this multiverse story that wasn't part of Flashpoint. Flashpoint was an alternate timeline created when Flash saved his mother, but the way they explained time travel in that original story is that he didn't create a whole new alternate reality that existed parallel to the original one, he just rewrote the original timeline. They kind of use Back to the Future time travel rules, which Avengers Endgame, most of you know in the Marvel movies, kind of pissed on. The way that they chose to explain it was the alternate timelines theory, saying that you can't actually change the past, you can only create alternate timelines that branch out from that original moment. So the Flash movie director didn't explain how they're going to do the multiverse of it all, or if that's going to happen in present day, or if the Flashpoint timeline will be like a parallel universe. But the multiverse is a very common thing for The Flash. Ezra Miller had this big long interview a couple years ago where he went on and on about how they're introducing the multiverse during the movie. I've done a couple videos about that because he's kind of funny during the clip. The Flash was actually the first person in DC Comics to travel the multiverse. One day he just accidentally travels to Earth 2 and met the Jay Garrick Flash and learned about the Justice Society, alternate versions of the characters from the Golden Age. So in the Flash movie, when the Flash travels the multiverse and meets Michael Keaton's Batman, it'll be the present-day Keaton Batman of that alternate world, the world of the Tim Burton Batman movies, and he'll be the older Batman Beyond Bruce Wayne. The Flash movie director teased that he'd have some stuff to show off some concept art during DC Fandome this weekend, and there were some rumors that Keaton's Batman costume during the movie would be the harness from Kingdom Come, like the much more armored-up version of Batman. There was a big Crisis on Infinite Earths deleted scene for Michael Keaton They originally planned for him to be the version of Kevin Conroy's Batman during that wearing the Kingdom Come harness, but I guess the Keaton turned them down. I did a big deleted scene video for that, so I'll post a link for it in the description. But number 3, really important point here, the movie is not going to use Flashpoint and Ben Affleck's scenes just to retcon him out of the DCEU, because that's kind of what Flashpoint does. They use it for retconning things. The main Justice League Earth Batman will still be Ben Affleck after the movie. Michael Keaton's Batman isn't going to rewrite that history. He'll just coexist and be another version of a Batman from the multiverse when he shows up again in another DC movie. But that being said, this is being pitched as Ben Affleck's farewell movie as Batman, his last major appearance in a big DC movie, and he's not supposed to be coming back in the Batman costume. He's supposed to be coming back as Bruce Wayne in the movie. So it's them giving him a proper goodbye as Batman, because he is back during the Justice League Snyder Cut movie, but all that is stuff that he's already filmed a long time ago. It's old footage, and it was intended to set up a bunch of Justice League sequels, so the Flash movie is just giving him a legit ending. But just to be clear, they're not killing or retconning his Batman. They'll just give him an out point and explain why it is that Michael Keaton's Batman is just going to start showing up a lot more all of a sudden. The director didn't give any big spoilers away as to whether Ben Affleck's Batman will meet Michael Keaton's Batman or if it's just the Flash who will meet him. But it would be cool to see Ben Affleck share some screen time with Keaton's Batman. So number 2, when it comes to Ben Affleck's actual scenes in the movie, just expect a modified version of that original Justice League Flashpoint ending scene with the letter. The director talked about how much Batman and the Flash share in common, the tragedy of both losing their mothers. Everyone post all your Martha memes again. But in the Justice League Snyder Cut and in the theatrical cut, Batman was kind of a mentor to the Flash because he was so fresh. He hadn't even started calling himself the Flash yet. That was the whole thing during the Crisis on Infinite Earth scene. The Flash, wow, that's a cool name. But Ben Affleck's Batman was teaching him how to save people, day one superhero school stuff. So imagine that Ben Affleck's Batman and Michael Keaton's Batman impart some wisdom to the Flash about dealing with the trauma of losing your parents as a child. Because you have to remember that everything that happened to Affleck's Batman also happened to Keaton's Batman. They have the exact same origin story. But also don't be surprised if they have a little bit of fun with that idea too. The twist of the Batman letter. Instead of older Batman, Thomas Wayne, giving advice to his son, Bruce Wayne Batman, you have Ben Affleck's Batman getting advice from an older version of himself, just from the multiverse, who looks a little bit different. Bruce Wayne is in his 80s during the Batman Beyond series, but Keaton is going to be playing him in his 60s. Still old man Batman, but not quite as old as he was during the TV series. In number 1, as for live-action Batman Beyond, DC Fandome is this weekend, and the Flash movie director, like he said, did have some stuff to show us. So I'm hoping that includes some concept art of Michael Keaton's older Batman in his new Batman suit and Affleck's Batman in the movie, and maybe what the new Flash costume is going to look like. Because he's probably going to show up in the Justice League suit at the beginning of the movie just because of the timeline, and then over the course of the film, they'll just give him a new one. Batman gets a new costume in every movie, so should the Flash. And even though I didn't talk about him during this movie, Cyborg is also supposed to be in the Flash movie, so there's a whole lot of other stuff going on during that movie, but it's not coming out till 2022. And speaking of alternate costumes and multiverse, the director didn't say anything about Grant Gustin cameo scenes, but I'm hoping that they find just a couple seconds for a quick Grant Gustin cameo just to pay off the Crisis on Infinite Earth scene.
Barry Allen. No! What does that mean? How can this...
This should be impossible now.
It should be impossible now?
You don't know about the...
Oh my God, don't do this to me. I don't know about the what. You okay? I told Victor this was possible.
Like he shows up and they just reference meeting each other previously. What happened? It's a whole thing. I'll tell you in the next movie. By the time the Flash movie comes out, they'll also be winding down on the Flash TV show. It'll be in its final seasons. Let me know in the comments though, what do you think about Ben Affleck coming back? We could talk about this all day, but it's going to be crazy this weekend with the new Batman teaser. We have Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. Zack Snyder himself also dropped a new teaser this morning. I'll do a video for that. That video should post Friday morning. There's going to be a lot of footage coming really soon, so leave all your video requests in the comments below. But click here for that full DC Fandome trailer, the Batman teaser, all the other big trailers that are dropping, and click here for my brand new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer video. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.